The word radial has to do with radius. In a circle, there is a central point, and from that central point to the outside of the circle is the radius. This is radial because there is a central point. This has symmetry because this side and this side are the same, the top and the bottom are the same, and the diagonal and the diagonal are the same. This also has radial balance, and it's because this side and this side are evenly visually. The top and the bottom are evenly visually. The diagonal, the diagonal, the diagonal, the diagonal, everything is evenly visually, and it's all around this central point. What's even is that there is the same amount of visual weight on all sides and all areas around the central axis, which is the central point in the middle of the circle. So the visual weight makes it balance. If there were larger shapes and smaller shapes, larger shapes on one side and smaller shapes on the other side, then it would not be balanced at all. One side would look heavier. The mandalas that we've been making have a central point. They are circular or they're in a square pattern, but that central point exists and there is a radius that is the same distance for each one. We have been making them symmetrical and we have been making them have balance. Does radial balance have to be symmetrical? The answer is no. Here's an example right here where you have not a mirror image. However, what you do have is you have a central point and you have all sorts of things coming from the central point. So this is an example of radial balance, not radial symmetry. Here is another example of where you can have radial balance. There's a central point and we have a whole bunch of things coming out from the center. Are things actually symmetrical? No, because you don't have this exact same thing over here and this exact same thing over here, and then that here it's missing and here it's missing and here it's missing, etc., etc. So even though there is balance, it does not have to be symmetrical. On the left, you have an image where there is balance around a central point. On the right, you have an image there's balance around a central point. What's different is here we have the exact same thing to be mirror imaged. What's happening here is that this is not a flip of this. However, there are still things coming out of the central point.
I would date her.